can show you how to time travel right now. Well, I can't show you right now because you're not here, because you don't know what I know. If you knew it, you probably would be. When you walk down the streets, well, let's take it back a little bit. There was a movie with Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan. Now it's her name, Meg Ryan, called City of Angels. And it was about angels, right? And they had this thing where they got together at the beach during sunrise. It wasn't 7 p.m., it wasn't 3:33, it was sunrise, period. That's not random. It didn't happen like that just because. Now, the way you can time travel is this. In your mind right now, if you've ever seen a sunrise, and I certainly, Jesus Christ and I both together, he's here somewhere, I don't know. I'm just kidding. But, what takes longer, a sunrise or a sunset? Real quick. Sunset, right? Nice, you sit there, you chill, and you watch it. Unless you watch sunrises every morning. You probably still think the sunrise takes a little shorter time, just a little bit. But it's not possible because the earth doesn't change movement. It's constant. The sun's not even moving, first of all. I hope you guys know that. Even if the earth is flat, round, oval, triangular, the sun doesn't move around us. We move around it. It doesn't change speed. Why is it that sunsets seem so much longer? The fuck is that? It's because of your perception of time. Because a sunrise, you're coming out of the dark, out of the nighttime. So it almost doesn't feel long because once the sunrise is bright enough for you to accept the fact that it's sunshine, it's already up. You kind of missed it. It goes by quick. Meanwhile, sunset, especially in the summer, it's leaving. It's been charging all day. It's done. But at nighttime, after all the energy gets released during the dark, that can be released, right before the sun comes up, there's like an hour called magic hour. Sunset in photography is called golden hour because everything's got a golden glow, right? And the sunrise is a little different. But the sunrise is not for photography for the most part. It's for energy charging. So as you walk down the streets alone, everything's still dark, but it's got a glow. A little less than right now, but you can see the shadowy figures out of the corner of your eye. They're everywhere, but they're not black. They're fog, like white. They still can't touch you, but they're there. And you see them, and they look at you like, well, they look at me anyway, like, what the fuck? And you're like, hey, it's going down. But they're all bouncing, they're leaving. They can't hang out in the lifetime, not because they're vampires, just because it's not their energy. Right? So as soon as they all leave, which pretty much happens all at once, just like the angels met in the movie, these guys all bounce all at once. Like they all like gather and then they bounce. It's weird. It's a weird sight. I've never seen it before this evening. Never noticed it, never looked for it. And then, like right around nowish, until it's too bright to where you can see my face, there's this feeling I get. It's like goosebumps, like when you're telling the truth and you get those shivers. It's kind of like that, but it's less intense, but it's lasting the whole time. So I'm not like, I probably don't have goosebumps on my arms right now, maybe little ones. But like I feel like a mega charge. I don't know what it is. But the perception of time is like this. If you lived in all sunrises, you would experience days much faster than people that lived in sunsets. But the people that lives in sunsets, their months would fly by. Weeks and months, which is, where the fuck did the summer go? Like, it is August 15th. It is 68 degrees out. Shit. I just applied for unemployment in March, like yesterday. What the fuck? Meanwhile, the people that are doing sunrise are saying, God, where are these days going? But wow, what a great month. So to them, days are quicker, but months take forever. Or not forever, but longer. And to the people that live in sunsets, days take forever, but months disappear. So at the end, it is a balance, but that's the two different perceptions of time. That is technically speaking time traveling, because if you lived half of your life in sunrises and the second half of your life in sunsets, you would experience life two completely different ways. And you would perceive time two completely different ways. Because there's something about the darkness and the light, not in a room, but in Earth, that makes a huge difference. When your eyes see the sunlight, the activated chemical that makes you wake up, no matter what, even if you've been up all night. If you've been up for 3 nights, probably not going to work, but still, you know what I mean. That's why they say it's not good to look at a cell phone before you go to sleep, because it does the same thing to your eyes. Nothing works like sun, though, for anything. No suntan bed is going to beat the sun. No UV lamp is going to beat a vampire more than the sun, if they're hypothetically speaking existing. And no thing is going to shine in your light. It's going to shine like the sun shines. Because nothing's a giant ball of fucking fire billions of miles away, you know? But I like Timon and Pumbaa, you know? I like to look in balls of gas burning billions of miles away. Now, Pumbaa nailed it. Like, damn, good job, bro. You know? But like, the cool part about all of this, why I'm telling you this, is that I realized this today as I'm walking the streets alone. And the whole thing about life is little realizations like this. This is why Alan Watts called it a game. Well, Shakespeare called it a game too, actually. All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players. I believe Shakespeare wrote that. Oh, he's so theatrical. No, he wasn't talking about theater. He was serious. If you hypothetically could travel back in time and you asked Isaac Newton, hey, Mr. Newton, what's your profession? He wouldn't call himself a physicist. He would say he's a philosopher. And you'd be like, what are you talking about? You invented gravity. Like, you discovered, technically, gravity. You know? He didn't. I mean, he did, but he's a philosopher. Sociology, psychology, physics, astrophysics, astrology, quantum physics, all came from philosophy. Because philosophy is the way of thinking. And the philosophy is a study of how to think better. It's not a study of thinking, it's the study of thinking better. More efficient. So you could use your brain the way it's supposed to be used. With the limited capacity, quote unquote, that we may or may not possess. The sooner you realize the bigger general things, the little details will fall into place themselves. You can't build a house of cards with starting with the middle. You gotta start with the bottom, the foundation, the easy part. Then you get intricately up to the top. You know what I mean? So in this first hour, something happens. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked at it. I haven't researched it. But I guarantee you, if I do, something will come up. Something big. And it's this first hour. The sun gazing, I believe, is like that. But sunrise is more important than sunset. For a bunch of reasons. More things happen. The earth starts illuminating itself. It starts getting lighter. Versus the other way around. Because by the time the sun hits the horizon on the sunset, it just gets darker. And it's not that bad, but it's just like, meh. But here, it's the other way around. Everything's powering up. It's a very, very interesting time of day. And it's a very, very interesting way for you to understand what your perception of time means. Why it's different for everyone. And why you shouldn't worry about how many minutes you have left on this earth, because the minute you start counting them, they're going to start getting diminishing quicker. Just know that you have an X amount left, and if you stop worrying about it and worry and think and marvel at things like this that I'm talking about, the things that angels came to see in the movie, you know, just a movie. So was The Matrix, but you believe in the fucking simulation theory. You know what I mean? So was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. It was a movie first. Imagination is the way for us to create reality because we have to imagine it first. It doesn't just fall in our lap. The wheel didn't fall in our lap. Maybe the microwave did, literally, but not the car. Combustion engine, steam. We imagine it first, and then we discover. A musician doesn't write music by just hitting random keys. He thinks of a song, imagines it, and then he puts it into reality. Maybe except for Mozart. I think Mozart could just play, you know, like the way, what's his name, Good Will Hunting described. He just play, because Mozart never went back. He never erased, never corrected himself. He just played straight one. Socrates never wrote anything down, but yet everybody knows what Socrates said. How? They have voicemails from him? Of course he wrote shit down. We just lost it all. In Alexandria, probably, where everything burned. Oh, he didn't ever write anything down. No, you don't know that. It's because you don't have anything that he wrote down. It doesn't mean he didn't write anything down. I saw a quote by Socrates the other day. It was written down. Not by him, but shit. So the little things that we always dismiss, because I bet you would not have guessed that I'm talking about a small little fragment of time and how exponentially and magnificently different it is. And it happens every day, just so you know, FYI. Every single day that you're alive, this goes down. And none of you, maybe some of you, I hope after this, all of you will understand that me telling you this is one thing. You coming out here with me and experiencing it with me is another thing. But you doing it by yourself, for yourself, now having this predetermined knowledge is going to change your shit right up. Trust me. And if it doesn't, then I stand corrected. Really, I am ready to be wrong on this one. Just as I'm ready to be wrong on anything else. But if you're going to tell me I'm wrong, you better have a better theory than I just gave you. Magic hour.